To the internet, we say what's up. I'm Jason DeRusha. Welcome to the 734 from WCCO. Every day at this time, every weekday anyway, we bring you an update on your local news and weather and do it for you online. Glad to be here as Christian Cordero out covering that fire in Becker this morning. But let's let you know about the weather. This is the delight of the weekend, I think. After these two sub-zero mornings in a row, we get our rewards starting today. Things will get up to 36. I got to be honest, it's not going to feel that great today. The winds are going to be 10 to 20 miles an hour. So even though we see the sun, even though we see the mid-30s, the real nice weather is coming tomorrow and Sunday, where we'll be in the upper 30s, and on Sunday we could kiss 40 degrees. Okay, let's talk about this. 8 years after her death, Whitney Houston, we love her music. We would love to see a show with kind of Whitney Houston music, but are you ready for a hologram show? Yes, that is what they are doing in the UK. It's called An Evening with Whitney. They used hundreds of hours of her performances, all sorts of CGI to produce this hologram. They'll have like live backup dancers too, so it'll be like a Whitney Houston show with the ghost of Whitney Houston. $100 for tickets to this thing. It gets going next week in the UK. They haven't announced any dates in the US. But what do you think about this? The technology is here. We've seen it with Michael Jackson. Would you pay to see Whitney Houston's hologram in concert? Let us know on Facebook. Leave a comment here on the WCCO page. We'll read through a few of your thoughts in the few moments. Boy, what a busy morning in the news. Early this morning, there was a fire right next to a mushroom business in North Minneapolis. You may have heard about the controversy about Mississippi mushrooms. Deputy Chief telling us a large bulk of the fire is out as of 7:35 at a domed structure that's used for storage. So this is a whole kind of warehouse area in North Minneapolis. The city of Minneapolis owns a lot of these buildings. Mississippi Mushroom, the initial report was the fire was in their facility. That has changed. Firefighters still on the scene. They'll be looking for hot spots and fire spots throughout the day. It's a structure out there, holds a lot of pallets, a lot of wood, all this smoke pouring from the building. No injuries being reported. Now, the mushroom business was just shut down last week. Part of why it was shut down is fire inspectors were concerned that it wasn't up to fire code. But again, we're now being told this was next to that facility. More to come on that. Also overnight, St. Paul teachers voting in favor of going on strike. They've been negotiating with the school district since last spring. A laundry list as is standard in union negotiations. Some of the things they're asking for: more mental health staff, more interpreters in schools. Teachers union says a strike date will be announced next week. The other fire in Becker, we expect new air quality test results today from the fire at a recycling facility in that North Twin Cities suburb. Police say the initial results showed nothing of immediate concern, but obviously all that smoke, all those tires burning, all that plastic. Schools are open today after the district canceled classes yesterday. Fire started on Tuesday. And again in Becker, firefighters still out there, smoke continuing to pour. They are watching hotspots, but they say that fire under control. The U.S. intelligence community thinks Russia is up to no good again ahead of campaign 2020. An election security official briefed members of Congress in a top secret meeting last week. She told them Russia is working to get President Donald Trump reelected. The briefing reportedly made the president furious, saying Democrats are going to use this against him. President holding quite a rally in Colorado last night. Listen to what he said about Senator Amy Klobuchar's debate performance this week.
How about Klobuchar? Did you see her? She choked. She choked. She choked. She couldn't breathe.
That was the end of her campaign in my book.
Okay, the president also mocking the debate performance of Mike Bloomberg, calling him Mini Mike. He predicted that Bernie Sanders will be the Democratic nominee. President Trump also took issue with the film Parasite winning Best Picture at this year's Academy Awards.
And the winner is a movie from South Korea. What the hell was that all about? Let's get Gone with the Wind. Can we get my Gone with the Wind back, please?
Gone with the Wind not eligible for Best Picture in the year 2020. President said he doesn't really know if Parasite was any good or not. The film's U.S. distributor Neon responded on Twitter with this, suggesting the president would have trouble reading the subtitles. This has been your middle school news update. Come on. Urgent recall on nearly 6 million children's water bottles. Contigo recalling its kids' cleanable water bottles, saying the spout can detach. That poses a choking hazard. There have been hundreds of complaints of spouts have gotten stuck in the mouths of more than 24 children. Company, of course, offering free replacement bottles. In California, if you're freaked out about bees, this story is not for you. 20,000 bees go on the attack. People running for cover. They found a huge nest. They circled it here in a hotel roof in Pasadena. 5 people had to go to the hospital after being stung multiple times. A beekeeper says they were likely highly aggressive Africanized honeybees protecting their nest. Scary. Almost time to get those fish houses off the ice. If you are somebody who hauls your fish house on the ice, I am not, so I'm good. But March 2nd is your deadline to get those houses in the southern 2/3 of the state. Get them out of there. If your fish house is up north, you have till March 16th. Different deadlines, though, if your lake is maybe near a state border. So we have all that information for you at WCCO.com. DNR also reminding, we have this every year. It's so annoying when people leave their trash out there. You're polluting the lake. True ice fishermen and ice fisherwomen want to protect our lakes, so make sure you get that garbage off when you move your fish house off. How about this new exhibit at MIA, the Minneapolis Institute of Art? So cool, so striking. If you drive by the museum there, look at those pillars. Those are thousands of life jackets. Now, this is not some sort of Minnesota story. This is an artist who is creating a story about migration. It's called Safe Passage. These life jackets were worn by Syrians and Afghans who were fleeing the war in 2015 by making that dangerous trek by sea to Greece. The life jackets were recovered in 2016 and all donated to this internationally known artist, Ai Weiwei.
We lose sight of the people, the humans. I think it humanizes the discussion that we're having.
It's humanity. You know, I think that's something that we're all very much lacking in these times, is just the basic empathy.
Boy, you think about that. Each life jacket, the story behind it, the urgency to escape to a safer life. First time the Safe Passage installation has ever been in the United States. You can see it at MIA through May 24th. 40 years ago, they captured the country by capturing gold. This week, they celebrate it in Vegas. Why? Unclear. Why not, I guess. 1980 Miracle on Ice team hopped on a plane, going to the desert. The Golden Knights in Vegas will host them all weekend, all sorts of events. And they also learned they have a special meeting today with President Donald Trump. Lots of celebration in St. Paul. Of course, so many Minnesotans on that team. Got all sorts of stuff going on at CHS Field, including a parade at Rice Park at 1 o'clock. The girls' high school hockey tournament continues at the X today. Class A War Road against Cloquet Esco at 11, then Breck and Rochester Lord at 1:30. In 2A, it's Andover, Minnetonka, and then number 1 Edina taking on number 4 Maple Grove. Fear the Leaf, my team, the Maple Grove Crimson. That is the nightcap at 8. Still 188 days away, but if you want tickets to a big show at the Minnesota State Fair, you might want to get going today. That is when the Tim McGraw tickets go on sale. He's rocking the grandstand Tuesday, September 1st. Cheapest seat is $60. Your most expensive ticket is $88. Let's get back to today's talker. We are talking about the Whitney Houston hologram. WCCO's digital guy, Cole Primo, also a performer in his own right. Maybe someday there will be a Cole hologram after you've passed.
Kind of demented.
It's a little weird. But you're very young, many, many years from now.
Yeah.
What do people think?
We have people leaning on the it's weird.
I think it sounds weird, right? But if you saw it in person, I think it might be cool.
Yeah, we have Becca saying, don't think I'd pay for a hologram concert.
$100 for
Kind of weird.
It is
and we
kind
have
of weird.
Ann saying, yeah, I would pay to see Whitney. So I guess it depends on
if
who
Whitney
it is.
came back from the dead.
There
She'd pay to see the Whitney hologram?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all right.
And then we have LaDonna saying, no, hologram concerts are strange. I wouldn't pay to see that. Let them rest in peace, please.
Yeah. That is what, to me, the weird thing about this is there's plenty of current performers that you could go see. Like, why do we hang on to some of these folks who've passed on? I don't know.
And I think it'd be probably a little less weird if it was, a little further back, like maybe Hendrix or Calloway.
It still feels recent.
But if it's recent, it's a little more weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like something, again, like in theory, that seems weird to me, but I bet if I saw it, I bet it'd be great. All right. I'm not paying $100 for nothing, I'll tell you that much. 7:34 from WCCO. A lot of the Twin Cities on the go. Glad that you hung out with us and made us your place for News on the Go. We'll be back here Monday at 7:34, so have a great weekend. Enjoy the internet.